Welcome everyone to another edition of the Rewind Sports 60. We're broadcasting live from the world's famous Saranello's restaurant, the Italiano, right here in the heart of Wheeling. Our Saturday tailgate show in the beautiful, beautiful city of Wheeling. I'm Jerry Riles for another edition of the Rewind Sports 60. And let's welcome in our comrade. Ladies and gentlemen, you love him. He's the Italian Stallion. He's DC. He's Danny Carlino. What's up, buddy? How are you?
Good to see you again, Jerry. Appreciate being here once again. No, when I was walking from the car in the parking lot, I forgot how good this place smelled.
You're right, man. You know what? It's like, remember the old Flintstones or even the Bugs Bunny where, you know, they're sleeping and they put the pie on the seal, the window seal right there, and then the little
fingers,
and it comes tap you and it
come hither.
Well, that's what Saranello's does. That's what Saranello's does. You're driving down the street, next thing you know, your nose is start following that smell, man, and you're right inside and boom! It's a beautiful thing, ladies and gentlemen. It's the fastest 2 hours in sports conversation. Want you to be a part of our Saturday tailgate. Come on down here. Plenty of food, plenty of people, plenty of football. How about them Ohio State Buckeyes entertaining the Wisconsin Badgers? And, Lovie Smith and the Fighting Illini. Oh, my goodness. They upset Wisconsin last week. They're on the road in Purdue, West Lafayette. Can they get the job done again? And, of course, it is homecoming. Northwestern entertaining Iowa, the Hawkeyes, over in Evanston. A lot of college football in tap, a lot of football in tap for sure. The Bears will be taking on the Los Angeles Chargers, and they desperately need a victory after what happened last week. We'll get a chance to talk about that. NBA basketball started this past week. Dr. Lloyd Walton will be joining us on our TRS60 hotline to catch up and see who's the best and who's going to win it 2019-2020. And we got to talk about Chicago politics and, of course, the current strike that's going on. Unbelievable. It's a disappointing situation, Danny Carlino, because the kids who have been preparing all summer long, whether it's, for football or volleyball or cross country or whatever the case may be. And then with this teacher strike, obviously coaches can't cross the picket line. These kids are in limbo now because they don't get an opportunity to continue to compete. I believe cross country, they got state qualifications or something going on.
This weekend. Yep.
Yeah, this weekend. Football playoffs are approaching, and so there's a lot at stake here. We'll get an opportunity to talk with one of the bargaining members. They actually had a rally today, and they're going to the bargaining table. We'll get a chance to talk with them real quick before they get back in there. I hope, Danny Carlino, they can figure something out real soon.
Well, let me just tell you from my perspective, I'm a soccer coach, assistant coach, and we lost our playoff game to a CPS school the day before the strike.
Oh, wow.
So they couldn't even continue to play in the regional championship. Luckily, the other side, semifinal, had another CPS school, which was a charter school. And, no offense to the CPS school, but I hope the charter school wins, so at least there is a regional champion, albeit in a walkover fashion, but it would be terrible to participate in a regional bracket, and there's actually no regional champion.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'd rather win it on the field versus getting the plaque in the mail.
Right.
At least there's somebody that can move on. And then you look at the IHSA score zone, and there's forfeit. There's teams going right to sectionals without ever playing a game, which robs them too, because I think they'd rather win on the field as well. And they get robbed of those experiences of participating, of competing, of winning, and hoisting a plaque in front of their fans versus, again, getting in the mail or one not being awarded at all.
Right, exactly. And the kids, I mean, they understand the procedure and what's taking place, but they are very disappointed. And, I mean, academically it affects them as well because a lot of these kids, they have to take the SAT or the ACT, and they got to get ready for, college prep, and they're losing out on that as well.
So it's that paperwork and recommendations and all those kinds of things.
And which means they're losing out on scholarship.
And the deadlines don't really change.
No.
You could plead and beg them, but good luck with that.
So we'll get a chance to talk about that. I'm kind of disappointed in the mayor of Chicago, Lori Lightfoot, because what bothers me is that all these adults are saying, oh, it's for the kids, it's for the education, it's for the kids. But the kids are the ones that really are suffering here. They're really suffering. But we'll get an opportunity to talk with a representative who was actually involved in the bargaining situation with CPS, CTU, and of course the mayor and her office. So it is disappointing, but we'll get a lot to talk about on our Saturday tailgate here at Saranello's. Again, we're located right here on the corner of Lake Cook Road and, of course, Milwaukee Avenue. Saranello's Restaurant the Italiano. Come on down. We're going to have a lot of fun. Hopefully we'll get a chance to sample some of the great food that they have here. Natalie is at the hostess stage there. She'll welcome you inside, bring you on over, and of course you'll get a chance to see Steve Gassman of Autograph One here, ladies and gentlemen. It is the fastest 2 hours in sports conversation. We come back, we will have an opportunity to talk about the current strike that's going on and catch up to see what's the latest as far as, what is it, day 8?
Yeah, they missed 7 school days, so that's like the 10th actual day.
10th actual day, Monday.
17th.
Yeah, so we'll get a chance to talk with one of the members of bargaining with the city as far as the hopes and the possibility of ending the strike. This is the Rewind Sports 60, broadcasting from Saranello's. Yours truly, Jerry Riles. The Italian Stallion is in the house. And, of course, we'll get a chance to talk with the man on the street, Marty B, before it's all said and done. Keep it locked in. We're streaming live on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. And it's going to be commercial-free. It's going to be commercial-free. And we'd like to welcome back to the program. He is a friend of the program. Our magician pal, Mark Presley, is in the house. Mark, come on over here, buddy.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good to see you, man.
All right.
You're back in
Glad
business.
to be back here.
Looking good, my
How you
good
doing?
friend. Hey, man.
One thing, can you make the strike disappear?
Oh, jeez, if I could do that. Oh, boy, that would be a really outstanding man.
There you go.
You know?
Well, Mark Presley, it's your show. Take it away, buddy.
Thank you. Hey, again, I'm Mark Presley. Welcome. I'm going to show you something very unusual with a dollar bill, but I need a dollar bill. Does anybody in the house have a dollar bill here? You have a 20. Okay. Dollar bill here. You know what? I thought I brought one with me today. Hold on. I do have one here. You have one? Okay, great. Have you guys seen the new $4 bill? I forgot it at home. I was going to bring it and show it off today. So I'm going to have to improvise. Watch this. I just folded a few times. And let's see, right about here is where I give it a little snap. And take a look. The dollar bill has now been transformed into, you're not going to believe this, it's transferred into a $4 bill. You can feel that. Dad, come on over here. That is real. That's a real $4 bill. Look at that.
I had a dollar bill a minute ago.
You got
Now,
four
of
now.
course, I can't bring it. I can't keep it like that long because the feds, they've been following me. So we're just going to pretend that this didn't happen. And again, right before your eyes, $4 bill has now been transformed back into a dollar bill. There we go. Hey, thank you very much.
Damn.
That's pretty cool, huh? Hey, I want to ask you folks, if you guys happen to know what this is. Anybody know what that is? It's a thimble. A lot of people, don't know what that is. What do you use a thimble for?
Monopoly?
Sewing, right? Monopoly, that's a good one. This used to belong to my grandma. This used to belong to my grandma. She used to love to sew. She'd make awesome pieces of clothing with thimble, using her thimble, and her sewing techniques. So of course, today I'm not going to be doing any sewing. Instead, I'm going to be doing some magic. Whoa. That's pretty cool. You know what I'm going to use for this? Some magic dust. I keep it right here in my box. And I just sprinkle it right over my hand here. And then what that does is it makes another thimble. Whoa, a green one this time. I'm going to take the thimble. It's going to go right under my finger, that's under the cloth, right smack in the middle, a little concentration, and it goes right through. You know, when this first happened, I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me. I don't see any holes here. Do you see any holes? How about the other side? See, that's a joke. There's no such thing as a one-sided hole. So I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me, so I went to do it again. 1, 2, 3. And again, it went right through. I couldn't believe it. I was actually kind of getting spooked, from all this. So I went to get rid of the thimble, only to find it on the other hand. So then I was like, okay, I'm going to get rid of this once and for all. And I took the thimble, I trapped it into my hand, give it a magical wave, and then finally, that thimble vanished. Nowhere to be found. Oh! Wait a minute. And you see, that's the story of my thimble. No matter what I tried to do, I couldn't get rid of it. It would just keep coming back. And it would end up in the most unusual places. And then I realized that what I needed was a wizard to help me out, a young wizard here. You know what? I noticed in the audience there's a little boy there. You think you could help me out with this? Huh? Come on over here. Cool. You're going to be a star today. Yeah. There you go. What is your name? Christian. We're going to step right over here for a moment so the camera can see you. And there you go. Hey, give Christian a great big round of applause.
Yeah, Christian.
All right. Thank you very much.
Boy.
All right. How many of you guys believe in telekinesis?
Tell her what?
I've been working on it, and I thought, you know what, Halloween is coming up. I could do a little bit of kind of spooky themed Halloween magic here. And I'm going to demonstrate using this glass here. Could you help me out here? I want you to just examine the glass. You can kind of feel around in the inside, make sure there's nothing hidden in there or anything like that. It's pretty good?
Nothing in there.
Okay, thank you very much. So I'm going to use something simple as this marker here. And I'm going to just place it on the edge here. And watch. Mind over matter.
Mind over matter.
There's no string, there's no magnets. Sometimes it takes a while. Here we go. It worked. Hey, you got out Mark Presley. Thank you very much. I'm going to hand it over to our young man over here. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the magic. Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed that display of magic. We'll have more coming up a little later in the show. Mark Presley always. I've always been interested in magic. I don't think I could ever do it. I don't have the sleight of hand, but it's always an impressive thing to see how someone can make those. Can make you think, can make you watch something like that and wonder how it happened. And it's always cool when you can get somebody from the audience, a nice young man, to help us out there. Hope you're enjoying your Saturday. We're here for you on the Saturday Tailgate here on the Rewind Sports 60. Got some important issues coming up that we'll be talking about momentarily, with the teacher strike still going on, entering its. If it still goes on to Monday, it'll be its third week, second full week. A lot of interesting issues that have gone on, not only with stuff in the classroom, but we talked about in the first segment for the magic, the way it's affecting sports. And since we're geared towards sports, get into some of that as well, and some of the sadness, especially for seniors, for their seasons ending the way they did.
Yeah, Danny. And let's go to our TRS60 hotline. He's joining us to talk about the latest that's going on with this strike here. He's with Taft Freshman Team, the Taft Freshman High School in Chicago. Les Pleva is on our TRS60 hotline, and he is a part of the bargaining team as well. They just had a rally earlier this morning at Union Park in Chicago. They're heading back to Malcolm X for more bargaining with the city and Mayor Lori Lightfoot. Les, how you doing? Welcome to the Rewind Sports 60. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
No, we appreciate it. I know your time is precious and it's short, but can you give us the latest as far as what developments have occurred so far as this strike is concerned?
Okay, we have resolved a determination to ensure that Chicago kids have access and opportunity for quality public education. I'm a CPS graduate. This is sports. I was also a girls soccer coach. We're fighting for equitable funding for sports programs. We know that if students are involved in sports or some extracurricular activities, right, that brings in community for the school. We usually see better grades because there's academic standards that you have to belong on a sports team or participate in extracurricular activities. What we're fighting for in terms of sports, again, we're fighting for equity here. Our kids deserve quality sports programs. They deserve to have quality facilities. To give you an example, in 2009, I started at Taft High School. We had this field where there were holes in it. Kids were spraining their ankles. We were trying to play games on these fields. And then it took almost over a decade to improve our sports facilities so that our kids have those quality conditions where they can perform as athletes.
You know, thank you so very much for sharing that and elaborating and breaking it down for us. But, you know, if you can, get us up to speed for some people who may not be familiar. Believe it or not, there may be some people out there that's not really familiar with everything that's on the table. But we all understand, you know, under the contract, you guys are looking, you know, for a respectable salary. You're looking for more, I believe, classroom time and prep time for the students. And even the class sizes, I think that's part of the three important negotiating things that are on the table. Can you elaborate and share a little bit more as far as what the union is looking for and what the city is willing to accommodate or, you know, negotiate?
Okay, we're hoping the city is ready to accommodate quality public education for our students, and that's what we're fighting for, right? Negotiations or compromises. We've been making compromises. The city comes back to us with dollar amounts. We look at that dollar amounts. We look like, okay, what are we going to negotiate on, right? We want to move forward. I want to be back into the classroom and teaching lessons. And so again, the push here is right. The Mayor Lightfoot, the CPS lawyers, they have to come back and be able to compromise and negotiate with us.
You know what,
so
Les?
In terms of,
no, you know, and we appreciate it. Les Pleva joining us on the Rewind Sports 60. Everyone always says, hey, it's for the kids. We got to take care of the kids. It's about the kids. But with this mess that's going on, and I understand, you know, contracts and negotiations, at the end of the day, the kids are the ones that are suffering. And again, we talk about, you know, the football program. We talk about, you know, the volleyball program, the cross-country program. These kids are sitting around instead of after training all summer long for this season, and they're losing their opportunity, especially seniors who may be competing and looking to try to get a scholarship. What do you say about those kids who, you know, are hanging in limbo?
Yes, I feel for those kids. I feel their frustration. I feel their anger. Sydney Partika, who was a young lady who has advanced our cross-country program at Taft, right? She's one of those seniors. She was one of my students, right? So I understand their frustration. I understand their anger, right? They filed an injunction against the IHSA and CPS, and the judge ruled. We're here wanting to improve those sports programs, wanting to improve the conditions for our athletes to be able to develop it. And so I hear them, I understand their frustration, I understand their anger. At the same time, CPS has not been investing into these athletes. They have not been investing into these sports programs. And this is what this contract fight is, to ensure going forward that there are commitments by CPS to improve the sports programs in our city.
One question regarding the timing of it. I mean, we're talking about with the playoffs, and I mentioned in the first segment that I coach soccer, and we had a playoff game the day before the strike date against CPS school. They beat us, and they didn't have a chance to play in the regional championship. Was any consideration given to the timing? I mean, that all the playoffs are going to be starting in all the different sports around this time?
The timing, we've been bargaining since January of this year, right? This has been a 10-month process, right? right? We heard excuses from CPS. It's an election, it's a primary, it's a general, give her a chance, right? So there has been time, 10 months to be able to resolve this. There is no good time for a strike, right? We want our kids back into the classroom, and we want our athletes on the field. So again, this is on CPS. We've started this process 10 months ago. We had the opportunity to solve this 10 months ago. CPS rejected some of our articles once we went on strike. They agreed to them, right? It's unfortunate, yes, 100%.
No, it is unfortunate, and you know what? Thank goodness. I mean, I live in the northern suburbs here in Wheeling, and my kids are, past high school age and all that good stuff. But if I'm a parent